Today was a national tragedy day because I went to class and forgot to contour. So today I'm doing a video that's all about unboxings. I got these in the mail. I usually am not a fan of unboxing services, mostly because I don't like the idea of receiving a book in the mail that I don't know what it's gonna be and like, will I even be interested in it? But Uppercase reached out to me and Quarterly reached out to me, and they just sounded like really neat companies, so I decided to go for it just this once. So I'm gonna be opening these and telling you what's inside and reviewing them to see if you might be interested in these as well. I could open these and act all surprised about what's inside, but let's be real, I have no patience, so I already opened them. I'm gonna start with this box. This is from Quarterly. I will link their website down below. Quarterly is really cool because they don't send out one book, they send out several. So this box has 3 in them as well as other goodies. And the cool thing about Quarterly is that they have like an author spotlight every month, and so you get that author's book as well as 2 other books that that author likes or has chosen, and then you get some extra stuff from the author, and it's like centered around a person every time. So this box is the Beth Revis box. This is what it looks like when you open it up. It has this sheet. So in this letter it's going to talk about why Beth chose everything she did in this box and how it relates to her and or her books. So yeah, now I'll just talk about what's all in here. So first of all is a signed book plate from Beth Revis, and this is from Penguin because her newest book is out from Penguin. I'll show you that in a second. The first book in here I see is The End or Something Like That by Andy Ellis. I had never heard of this book before, but I read the back of it. It seemed kind of weird. This is about a girl named Emmy whose best friend dies, and so she's trying to communicate with her in the afterlife, and it's just this like witty tale about a girl having to deal with the aftermath of her best friend's death. I sat down and began to read this because it just seemed funny, and I finished this book. So I've actually already read this book. It was pretty good. Also, this spine looks awesome. This next book I've heard of, and I'm glad I never bought it because I have it now. This one is Balthazar. I always want to say Balthazar, but that's not right. This is by Meg Wolitzer. I've heard of this book and it had a lot of hype back when it first came out. It's just about a girl who goes to a boarding school for troubled teens. I think there might be some sort of paranormal aspect to it. Maybe I'm misinterpreting the synopsis, but I've heard a lot about this book and I'm excited that I own it now. Thank you to Quarterly Book Box and Service. And then the last book in here is, like I said, Beth Revis's book, and this is her newest release, A World Without You. I know it's like time travel-y. It's about a 16-year-old named Beau who goes to an academy for time travel. I actually already got this book from the publisher, but I now have this, and this is a really special edition, and this is something like Quarterly does, is they have their author go through and provide annotations. So all throughout this book there's little sticky notes about information and like tidbits that the author says. So I think that's a really neat addition. I ended up giving my copy I got from Penguin to my friend for her to read, so now I have this one that's annotated. I think that's a really cool addition. I'd never have heard of a book box service having that. And then the other 2 things we have in here are just like little bookish items. The first one is a photo holder. I'm not sure how this works, but it says it can hold 8 photos and it can string them up. And then this next thing, quotable notables. Oh, okay, this is just like a letter or like a note card. Here, let me open it. Yeah, it's literally just like, here's Emily Dickinson. You can write a letter to someone on her and send this in the mail, which this doesn't have a lot of space to write, so I guess it's more of for looks than anything else. But I actually have an entire drawer dedicated to stationery, so they know me. This will probably get used one day, and even if it doesn't, there are stickers, so these will be going in my journal. The next box that I know they're sending out is themed around The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. If you're interested in that one, every month they have a new author, like I said, so I will link down below with their website where you can see the offers and how to get your hands on them if this seems like something interesting to you. And the second thing I have to unbox is from, that was anticlimactic, Uppercase! I've seen this one around a lot. I know that next to Owl Crate, this is like one of the most popular ones, at least that I've seen in my opinion. And I think the packaging for this is so cute. Like, ugh, great job, Uppercase. I don't know if there's supposed to be like an official, like, Upperbox is a theme every month, or if it just is centered around a different book and that's how they choose the items. I have no clue. They just offered me a free one and I was like, okay. I'm just gonna dive right in and tell you which book we have here. This is called Vasa in the Night by Sarah Porter. I had never heard of this book before, but it's blurbed by Leigh Bardugo, so I guess it's something to have on my radar. I genuinely could not tell you anything about this book, but it's signed, and the cover's pretty, and it's blurred by Leigh Bardugo, so I mean, I guess the point of getting book boxes is that you get books you've never heard of or like new things to experiment with. But yeah, you get this little sheet that says everything you get, and mine has a cute little "Hi Whitney" thing on here. This might, wait, everyone might have this, but mine just says my name. I don't know. I just feel very special being addressed in first person. And then the rest is just little swaggy stuff, I guess. This first thing we have here is a sticker. I assume this correlates with the book, but I have no clue who this is. Next, there are cassette tape bookmarks, which look like that if you decide to attach it to your book. I'm generally a fan of reach for the closest thing I have and use that as a bookmark, so these might not get a lot of use out of them. But this last thing I really, really love, and it's totally up my alley if you know who I am. It's a journal. So this just has different people, hold on, there's a title for it on this paper. It says Punk Rock Writers Journal. So like Agatha Christie, Mark Twain, Kurt Vonnegut, Virginia Woolf. Yes, mommy. So this is just a plain journal. I need a new journal for like documenting my books, so I think this would be a great addition for that. And that's everything you get with Upperbox. I believe this one is a lot cheaper than the other box, but this one you get 3 books and this one you just get a book and swag, so I think for both of them they're good deals. But yeah, these were the things that I got in these boxes. I will link down below all the information you need to get them. I just love the surprise aspect of, ooh, what's gonna be in the box? And I know that this was a very anticlimactic video because I'm not even genuinely reacting to them because I have no patience whatsoever to open them beforehand. But thank you to any of the representatives at any of these companies that offered to send me a box. I really enjoyed them. I obviously have already read one of the books from one of them, so it's really helping me pick up things that I typically wouldn't or may not have heard of before. That is everything I have to talk about. I'm done. Okay, goodbye everyone.